Okay, so you can create a separate folder where you want to store all these files, and here just I'm opening the command prompt, because if whatever the directory we have selected, okay, on that particular directory or folder, all the files are going to be saved. So if you open directly Jupyter Notebook, okay, in the command prompt, so by default it will be open in the C folder. Okay, so here you can see this is our the same folder. Okay, in last class I have stored the notes. So in this class I'm going to store the practical notes. Okay, so here I'll create one file. So here you can give the name. Let me give the name. So today we are going to discuss about the data types, basic typecasting of the data types, and next we are going to work on the string concept also. Okay, so here first of all we'll see like how to print any statement in the Python. So simple concept. Okay, if you want to execute anything, you have to write your particular values or whatever the data you have stored, or else any statement inside of the function. Like in C language we have the printf function. Similarly, we have the print function in the Python programming language. So once you write Python in the print function, if I write something like 123 something, so now you can see 123 is executing. But if you want to write anything in the alphabetic letter, so it will be considered as a string. So here you have to mention the codes. For example, if I write print, and if I write something like welcome inside of the quotes, now welcome is going to print. What if I'm not writing without the quotes? So then that name will be considered as a identifier. If you assign some data inside of the identifier, then it is going to be executed. Otherwise, it will throw an error like the whatever the name you are going to execute, that name is not defined. Example, if I am writing here welcome, and once I run this welcome, you can see here it is going me, okay, we are getting one error. There is a name error, name welcome is not defined. Why? Because it is considering it is a variable name or identifier. Okay, but if you write same thing inside of the codes, then it will be considered as a statement. Is it clear, guys?
Yes, yes, sir.
Now if I'm storing any data, okay, for example here I'm taking one variable as a, and here I'm storing some 10 value, or something b equals to, okay, something 12.34 something, or c equals to something welcome. Okay, so here I have stored the multiple values. Now if I want to check, okay, whatever the value is stored in the a, it is stored or not, so then I can write print. Okay, normally if I write in the quotes, so it will print a only. Now if I write without quotes, then it will consider it as identifier, and here I'm going to print the 10 value. Now if I want to check what type of value it is stored, so then I can use the type function, and here I can write the variable name, that is the a. You can see here it is printing perfectly. Okay, and here same thing, if you print b, okay, it's printing 12.34, and if you check type of the b, it is showing float. Same thing, if you print the c variable, it is showing print like it is printing welcome, and if you write type of the c, it is printing as a str. Okay, now let's just assume, okay, so next is the assign values. Okay, so here you can assign the values in two ways. So then it will be called as a single assignment and multiple assignment. Single assignment means at a time you are storing only one value. For example, you are storing a equals to 10, means at a time you are storing only one value only. But if you write something like this, x comma y comma z equals to something 10 comma uh, hello, okay, and here I'm writing something 13.67 something, okay. Now here it means this type of assignment called multi-assignment. It means at a time you're storing the multiple values. Now if I print this x, okay, it is store 10, y is hello, and z is 13.67. Is it clear?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay. Interview question. In interview, they ask you one question: how to declare a variable, or else they ask you what is the aspect of the variable. So here, okay, let me open one notepad first. It is visible, right? Notepad, everyone. Okay. So here they can give you the scenario also comparing to other programming language. Let's go with the C language. What is the aspect of the variables? There are three parts are there: declaration part, okay, and okay, initialization part, and accessing the variable. So in C language, what we do, how we declare the variable? First of all, you have to mention the whatever the data type, and then you have to mention the variable name. This is the declaration part in the C language. And how you initialize the value variable? You write the variable name equals to some value. And how you're going to access the values here? You have to use the printf function, and then here in the codes you have to mention the format specifier and comma variable name. So these are the three aspects of the variable: declaration part, installation part, accessing. So in Python, they ask you how you can declare the variable. So here, okay, you have to give the answer. In Python, it is not a typed language; it's a dynamically typed programming language. Okay, so here declaration part, initialization parts are the same. So here directly we initialize the value when we are declaring the variable. But in other programming language, because other programming languages are not dynamically typed, means it's a type to programming languages, then there we have to mention that particular data type. It is mandatory, okay, on the type, on the time of declaration, whenever you're assigning the name of the variable, then you have to mention what type of value you're going to assign there. It is mandatory. But in Python, okay, it is a dynamically typed programming language, so we don't mention the data type name when we are declaring the variable. So here in Python programming language, declaration part, initialization part are same. So how we write in Python? Okay, directly we write the variable name, and when whatever the value you want to store, directly you can store that particular value. It might be a string, it might be integer, it might be any particular, okay, string or boolean value also. Is it clear, guys?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Next, how to assign a value using the input function. So in C language, we have a scanf function. Okay. And if you want to use the scanf function, it is mandatory. The standard input output header file must be attached in the preprocessor directory. Nothing but hashtag include standard input output header file must be attached. Then only you can use the scanf function in C language. But okay, and coming to the Java also, you have to use the scanner library. Okay, in Java we have the scanner library. Compulsory, it is mandatory. You have to attach. But here in Python, you don't need to attach any type of library or module to use the input function or assign a value. So this is going to be asked in the interview. Okay, so whatever I'm saying, like it is going to be asked in the interview, means it's a interview question. If you are applying for a fresher job, most of the question is going to be asked on the fundamental level. Okay, so here, okay, so here if you want to assign the values, what you can do, just you have to mention the input function, that's it. And once you run this, it will open one box, and here you can insert that particular values. Now, but how to store? Is it going to be stored? No. Why? Because you have to write one variable name. So how to write this? Just you have to take one variable, just assume a equals to input function. And now it is running, okay, and here I'm storing something abcd, and once you print a, okay, so abcd is printing perfectly. But now I want to assign one reference, so user can able to understand what type of data or what type of value is going to be entered. So here you have to mention like this, a equals to input, and then inside in the quotes you can pass your reference. Example, if you entered your name here, once I enter, for example, if I enter Sai, and if I run this, okay, Sai is saved. If I, example, if I'm writing input, and here I'm mentioning enter any place name, okay, and here I'm writing Hyderabad, and now once I print an a, it is Hyderabad now. So here you can see your name here, enter any place name, these are the reference for the input. So here whatever you can able to add, okay, but once you can execute this, then in the particular input box, whatever the value you're going to enter, that value is going to stored inside of this variable. So this is not going to be stored, it is just a reference. Is it clear, guys?
Yes, yes.
Okay, next, the typecasting. So typecasting means, okay, so coming to this word casting, we heard this word. For example, Allu Arjun is casted for this particular role. Mahesh Babu is casted for this particular role. What it means they are going to perform one particular task, one particular work. So here, if I'm writing a equals to 10, so by defaultly, what will happen? The 10 value is going to be stored into the a, and this is going to work as an integer data type. Okay. For example, here if I write a equals to 10 and type of the a is integer. If I write b equals to a, so what is the b value? B value is 10 and type of the b also 10 only. But here I want to change the role. And if I write something like this, b equals to float of 10. Okay. So here b 10.0 is going to print and type of the b remains 10 only. Or else if I am writing like this, b equals to float of a. So same thing, b is going to print 10.0 and type of the b is nothing but float. Or else if I'm writing like this, c equals to str of something triple one. So now if I print the c, it is triple one only, but check the type of the c, it is a str. Same thing if I'm writing c equals to str of, okay, a. So then in c 10 value is stored, but if you check type of the c, it is str. So when, if you want to use a value as an integer, if you want to use that value as a float, or you want to use the value as a string, that you can use, okay, with the help of typecasting concept. Is it clear, guys?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir. Okay. Now, next. Here we are going with the one more concept called string. How to store the string? Okay. in multiple ways. The first one is the single line string. So we have two types of strings are there, single line string and multiple lines of string. So first we'll see how you can store the single lines of string. So just you have to take one variable and here you are going to write any value something inside of the single quotes. Hi, okay, welcome like this. And now this is going to be stored. Same thing you can write in the double quotes also. Okay, hi, hello, something, and it is going to be stored. But now I'm going to try to store the multiple lines using the single quotes or double quotes. Let's see what will happen. So here, okay, so here I'm writing a equals to single quotes, okay, and here I'm going to write multiple lines. So what is happening here? I'm getting one particular error. So here you can see syntax error. So earlier what we got? Name error. So name means whatever the name you have assigned, okay, that is the name error part. But here syntax, what is the meaning of the syntax? The way, the behavior, like how you are going to write that particular things. For example, what we are doing here, we are storing the string. So it means how to store a string, just you have to take one variable, equal symbol, and then value inside of the quotes. But here you are storing multiple lines. So this procedure is wrong. That's why it is showing me the syntax error, means how to store that particular string you're getting wrong. Okay, syntax error means how you have to write that particular code, the basic grammar, like for example, how to write the condition, how to write the functionalities, how to store a variable. So it means you're writing in a wrong way. That's why it is showing me that syntax error. Now let me try with the double quotes. Okay, here I'm writing the double quotes and here I'm going to print multiple lines. And here if I run this again, it is showing me the error. So why I'm getting this particular error? Now the answer is, okay, if here I'm storing a single line, it is printing perfectly, okay, in the single quotes and double quotes. But when I'm trying to write or trying to store multiple lines, 3 lines, 4 lines, 5 lines, in number of lines, but here I'm getting the error. How to store the multiple lines? So just you have to take one variable, okay, you can use the single quotes 3 times. So in between that, you have to store that particular multiple lines. For example, you can write one, second line, third line like this, and now print the variable. It is printing perfectly. The alternate, one more, you can write the double quotes 3 times. And in between that, you can write multiple lines. And once you try to print this variable, you can see it is printing perfectly. One more method. Sir, I don't want to use the single quotes 3 times. I don't want to use the double quotes 3 times. In a single quotes one time or double quote one time, I want to store the multiple string. Yes, there is a alternate way. So how to do that part? For example, you have this particular single quotes is there, and just assume there is a line one is there, and after if you want one more line. So in C language, okay, we have a concept. If you remember in the first year semester, escape sequence. There is a concept called escape sequence. In C language also we have this two symbol, okay, slash in and slash t. So these two symbols are used to, okay, break that particular line or else to change the flow of the string forcefully. That is called escape sequence. Okay. Same thing here also we have the same symbols are there. So for example, after this particular character, I want a new line, and again I want to write something. Again I want to write something like this. So now if I run this, now you can see I'm not getting any error. All the lines are perfectly working. Same thing you can write in the double quotes also. And here I'm writing, for example, anything, slash and anything like this. And if I print this, now you can see it is printing perfectly. Is it clear, guys? Everyone?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now, Now we have one more concept called string operations. So what is the string operations? So here we have four concepts are there. The first one is called indexing. The second one is called slicing. Okay, spelling mistake is there. Okay. Next we have concatenation. Next we have the multiplication. These four comes under the string operation. So first we'll go with the indexing concept. So what is the meaning of this indexing concept in the string? So once you store any string, so string is nothing but set of character or multiple character in a one particular variable. So here when you are storing multiple characters in one variable, here all these characters having their own index value. If I store a equals to welcome, it means this W, okay, right here. So this particular W having one index, E having one index, L also having one index, C also having one index, O also having one index, okay, M also having one index, and E also having one index. If you are counting this indexing from left to right, okay, so then it will be start from 0. It will be 1. Then this will be second and third, okay, fourth and fifth, okay. Next is the sixth. But if you are counting these index value from right to left, then it will start from the -1. So -1, -2, -3, -4, -5, -6, and -7. So each and every character having their own index value. If I write a of 0, what I'll get, W is going to print. Okay, and if I write a of -3, so here O is going to print. Okay, if I write something a of 3, then what is going to print? This is the 0, 1, 2, and 3 means C is going to print. Is it clear, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Next, we have the slicing concept. So what is slicing? I hope you have heard this word or this particular sentence. Slice of pizza, slice of mango. So slice is a part, okay? So pizza is a complete item, and slice of pizza means is a part of the pizza, okay? So here string slicing means if you want to print a part of any particular string, so then how it is going to be printed, how is going to be executed, using the same indexing concept. So here just assume, okay, if I am writing like this 1 to 4, so it means here starting index is 1 and ending index will be 3. So if you are writing 4 means fourth is not going to be print. If I write something like this 0 to 8, okay, so then what will be the starting? 0. And what would be the ending point? 7, like this. Okay. Now let me print this particular variable. A equals to welcome is there, or else let me store something like hello world. Okay. So now if I write 5 to 2, 3. Okay. Can anyone tell, or you can write in the chat box what would be the answer, or else I'll write something. Right. Sorry, 3 to 7. Okay. Just write on the chat box what is going to print if I write 3 to 7. Make it fast. What would be the answer? what LOWOR. Okay, any more answers, guys? Got only one answer. LO space WO. Okay, any more answers? Okay, so let's try to print this. Now you can see here we are getting LOW. So for what index is going to print? Okay, starting is the third index and ending will be the sixth index. So now you can see in third, okay, if you write it in third index, okay, what is the value in the third index? This is the 0, 1, 2, and third L is there, okay, and again in the fourth one, again O is there, okay, and in the fifth one, space is there, and the sixth one, W is there. Is it clear, everyone?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Okay, next we have concatenation. So what is the meaning of the concatenation? Whenever you have two or more strings are there and you want to combine that particular string and you want to make it one string, then you have to use the concatenation. So here, how we are going to do this? Using the plus symbol. Example, just assume there is a A1 is high is there, A2 equals to something hello is there. Okay, let me write A2 here, and A3 equals to welcome. So now we have three strings are there. If I write A1 plus A3, or else if I write A2 plus A3, or else I'm going to write A2 plus A1, A3, any combination. So that particular string is going to be joined. If you write something like A4 equals to A2 plus A1 plus A3, that is going to be stored inside of the A4. Is it clear?
Yes.
Yes.
So whenever you want to join two or more string and you want to store into a separate variable, then you can use the concatenation. Next, multiplication. So when we use the multiplication, whenever you want to multiply any string with n number of times, for example, a1 into 2, a2 into 3 times, a3 into 10 times, okay? So here that is nothing but the multiplication. Next, string built-in function. So in C language, we have a separate string dot header file is there to execute the string related built-in functions. But here in Python, again, you don't need to import or attach any library or header file or modules. So here directly we can execute the functionalities which is available. So let's do some example. Here I'm storing this variable, okay, a equals to hello world, and here I want to do some built-in functions, okay. So here I'm using the is lower function. So this particular function will check within this particular given string in the lower case or not. So it is printing true. It means it is correct. If I write same thing is upper, so it will check given particular string is in the capital ABCD or not. Okay. Next, here if I am using a dot upper, so then it is going to be converted into the capital ABC. If I dot a dot lower, then it is going to be converted into the small abcd. If I'm going to write like this, a dot count a, So it will check this A character is available in the given string or not. Now you can see here in hello world there is a no A. If I write count something D, so when it's showing one time it is there. If I write something like count L, so now you can see three times it is repeating. If you want to check total how many characters are stored inside your string, you can use the length function. Okay. So here again we have some different functions are there. For example, if you want to divide the words, then we have the split function is there. Okay. And if you want to convert only first character of the given string as a capital, you can use the capitalize function. So H become capital. If you want to convert each first character of the each word, then we have the title function. If you want to remove any unwanted special character from the given string, for example, we have something a5 is there, and here something like dollar percentage symbol is there, just there are some string is there, and again some symbols are there. So if I want to remove from the right side, I'll write r strip, and here I'll mention what I want to remove. From the right side, I want to remove this hashtag and dollar symbol. So you can see in the right side is it removed. Again, if I want to remove from the left side, I can mention the R strip, and here I can mention the dollar symbol and percentage. Okay, so I have to mention the left. Okay, so from the left side is removed. If you want to remove both the sides, then you have to mention the strip and what you want to remove, hashtag, okay, dollar symbol and percentage. Is it clear, guys?
Yes, yes, sir.
Next, here I want to assign some task to you guys. Okay, so let me write task. Okay, so from today onwards, I'm going to assign like small tasks, and like how the concept is going to be increased, the complexity of the task is going to be increased. Okay, so let me open one folder. Okay, so here today I'm going to assign you these three tasks. Okay, so simple concepts are there. Okay, in the first task, you can see write a program which takes a string using the input function and print the total character of the given string. Just you have to take one input symbol, enter your string, okay, and then you have to, for example, you have entered hi, so it should print 2. If you write hello, then it should be HELLO, 5 should print like this. So whatever you are entering according to the string, it should calculate and it should print. Next, write a program which takes a string and print the revert string. For example, if you are printing ABCD, so in the output, I want DCBA. So you have to use the slicing concept and then you have to print this. In the third part, you have to print F character and C character using the hashtag. Where, for example, if you're drawing F, so in the F, there will be two width will be there. So one width should be fifth and fourth, and the height, okay, should be 6. Same thing for the C also, C letter also. Is it clear? Any doubt or questions?